Welcome to Great Data. In this video, we want to introduce you to our unique rural, urban, and suburban zip code product. Plus, we want to demonstrate the significant improvements that we've recently made to it. First, a little background. A few years ago, we had clients inquiring about this data, so we did some research and found that nobody, including the government, was determining rural, urban, and suburban areas for the U.S. Next, we found that nobody had clearly defined what even constituted a rural, urban, or suburban area. So we knew that we'd have to create our own definitions. This was a major undertaking for us. We tried multiple scenarios to define this and went back and forth, and finally released our product in 2007, based on the 2000 census data. We've had hospitals, universities, researchers, and a wide variety of clients using this product. We wanted to make the product even better than it was, and we started getting requests for a new version based on the 2010 census data. So when that data was released at the zip code level, we started compiling it. We also wanted another official source of data besides the Census Bureau. The Census Bureau defines rural and urban areas, but they didn't have a suburban category, and because of that, we disagreed with them on some of their findings. We looked at multiple sources and determined that the USDA would be the best source to define what's truly rural and what isn't. We called different offices, and we found out that they actually go out street by street and map areas to determine whether they're rural or not. This is crucial for them since it determines who qualifies and who doesn't for billions of dollars in rural aid. Getting data from them, though, was very difficult, to say the least. We eventually received a map from them that would help us out. Taking that map, along with the current census counts, we did a total overhaul of our logic and have come up with a far superior product than our previous version. We now have the ability to map this data as well, which is what you're seeing on the screen. In this map, we've included total population and population density, which isn't released with the current product, but it is used by us to determine if an area is rural, urban, or suburban. We've included it here so you can have a better understanding of the logic behind a decision-making process. So let's take a look. First, we'll zoom into the Boston area. How do you do that? Well, in this map, which you'll get a link to and be able to look at it yourself, you have 4 different options when you move your mouse to the upper left-hand corner. Zoom in, zoom out, and this is to define an area for zooming into, and this is returned back to the default view. So we're going to choose this, and right about here, we'll zoom into the Boston area. Depending on your internet speed and some other things, it may take a while because this is all cloud-based. Now that we're zoomed in, we'll define what you're looking at. The blue areas are urban areas, orange suburban, and green rural. Right off the bat, you may think, well, why aren't these 2 orange areas blue since this area is blue down here? Well, when you look at it, this is Brockton, Mass. Population density is almost 5,000 people per square mile. These 2 comprise Brockton. But if you look at these 2, there's 1,500 and 1,015. So they're less dense, and Brockton falls in our category. Combined, Brockton is, you'll see, 61,000 population in this zip code and 32,000 and change in this zip code. There's over 90,000 people, so that's clearly an urban area. You might also wonder why you can have a rural area immediately outside of an urban area, as in this case. But when you look at the population density and the total population, you realize this is rural, and that's how the USDA defines it. West Bridgewater, it's a rural area there. You may also be wondering, what about these dots on the map? There's a blue dot here, there's an orange dot there, and a green dot over here, and many others. They're what we call point zips. They're zip codes with no deliverable addresses, so they don't have a boundary. They may be exclusively used for P.O. boxes. We have a type code as an E, or a zip code used by a large business or a government agency. And a business or those types of codes have a B category. For instance, over here This zip code, if you mouse over just right, let's get up here. There we go. 02305 is a type code of E. That means that's a P.O. box. It doesn't cover a geographical area, what the post office refers to as general delivery area. It's just a P.O. box, so it's only one point on the map. We used to not have these in our product. Now we include these in our product because people get mail there. And so now those would be coded as rural, urban, or suburban as well. Also up here in Boston area, we mouse over this zip code 02201. It's coded with a B. That's used for private business or government organization. In the previous version of our product, we also didn't include Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, and currently, and we never probably will, include military zips, nor will we include the South Pacific areas like Guam. That's only a handful of zip codes anyway. Knowing whether a zip code is rural, urban, or suburban can be very useful. It can help you in your marketing efforts. It's also used by the government, such as reimbursing ambulance drivers, companies in rural areas, since it's usually a much longer ride. It's used by Medicare. They reimburse a bit more in rural areas because there's less population and it's harder for medical people to earn a decent salary there. And by the way, we do have a separate Medicare CBSA product if you're interested in that defines those areas. We also have a Canadian Metropolitan Area Codes product. It can be used also to define rural, urban, and suburban postal codes. If you have any questions, let us know. Thank you for watching. Just go to greatdata.com for more information.